Hello, it's Crafty Rhea and welcome to another video. I am so glad you are joining me today. I am going to be making these really cute composition books, mini composition books. This is a haul from Beebeecraft.com. I will put the link in the description box below. I am part of their YouTube program and I get to choose $40 worth of items from their website. And then I make 3 videos in return. One of them's an unboxing video and then 2 project tutorial videos. This is the first project tutorial video for this unboxing. Today I will be using some of this self-adhesive fabric. It is like a velvet type fabric. It is really cool. I'm also going to be using these wonderful charms. I have butterflies and leaves in all of these beautiful colors, and I got this huge box of them. Really, really fun. I will also be using some of this paper. This is double-sided adhesive sheets of paper, and they measure about 8¼ inches by 11½. So they are really big sheets of double-sided adhesive paper. I got these little mini composition books from Amazon. They also have something similar at the Dollar Tree, and I thought these would be really fun to cover. I received this activity paper pad in Happy Mail. It has 30 sheets, and I thought the colors of these papers went really well with these, so I used it. This is made by Greenbrier, or distributed by Greenbrier, so it's a Dollar Tree product. I don't know if they still have them at the Dollar Tree or not, but that is what I will be using today. So what I'm going to do first is I will set these aside, and I picked out some of the paper. I wanted to use a sheet of the purple paper, and I picked out 2 of the leaves and 1 of the butterflies that I thought went really well with it. And then I picked out the orange and pink and yellow paper, and I also picked out some butterflies and leaves that go really well with that. So I will set the rest of these aside. And then for this one, let's go ahead and cut the paper. So I'm going to cut a piece of paper that is 3 inches by, I'm going to make it a little bit bigger. I'm going to do 4 3/4. And I'm going to just leave that strip like that. And I'm going to cut this one at 3 inches. I'll make it a little bit bigger, 3 1/4, just so I have a little extra room to cut off the edge. And I'm going to cut one for the front and one for the back. And then I'll do the same with this one. While I have this out, I'm going to go ahead and cut a piece of the adhesive paper. Since I already have some of this cut, I just want to cut out. Let me see how many sheets I can get out of this. I'll go ahead and cut it this way. How wide is this? I'll cut it at 5 inches. And then 3 1/4. And I'll trim this one down to 3 1/4. I can cut this one to 5 inches by 3 1/4. I'll cut this at 3 1/4 by 5. And then all of these scrap pieces I will save for other projects. So I have my adhesive pieces, 4 of them, and I have my 4 pieces of patterned paper. These composition books are nice and small, so you can use paper from your scrap stash if you want. So I'm just going to peel the backing off of the sticky paper and just stick it down on this sheet. And just spread it out. And I'm going to do that for all 4 of them. Then I will get one of the books and I'll go ahead and cover it with the purple paper. I have to decide which one I want on the front. I kind of like this because it has some of the blue in it. I'm going to use my bone folder and just make sure that the adhesive paper is very flat on my paper backing. This way there are no air bubbles. And then I'm just going to carefully peel up the paper backing off of here. And then I have a completely sticky sheet of paper and I'm going to just line it up on the book cover. I'm lining it up. I want to try to get a pretty even side right there. Then I'm going to take my little cutting mat and my finger blade and I'm going to trim away the excess. Now, if you were covering the inside of this, you could fold over the excess. I'm going to leave the insides plain. If you don't have a blade, you can use scissors and just trim away the excess. And then I'm going to do the same thing on the back. And then you want to make sure you have the front of the book like that, the top of the book, and have it open in the right direction. And then I want to pick a piece of this fabric to cover the edge. I think the pink is too bright, but I think that purple goes really good with this one. So I will use the purple. And I'm going to measure how much of it I need to cover the spine of the book. And I want to overlap the paper a little bit. So I'm just going to kind of guess at it and just kind of wrap this around. And I'm going to say 1.5 inches. I want to make sure one of the edges is a super clean edge. So I'm going to just trim a little tiny bit off of this. And then I'm going to turn it around and trim this at about 1.5 inches. And line it up in my paper trimmer and trim. Now, if you don't have a guillotine paper trimmer, it is probably not going to work in the slider kind. But you can use a craft knife or a scissor and just try to cut as straight of a line as you can. I'm going to eyeball this and cut it a little bit larger than the book. That edge does not have to be perfect. And then I'm going to peel the adhesive backing off of this fabric, and it is very sticky. I played around with the other piece and get the front of the book. I want to line up the front first, and I'm just going to kind of eyeball it on there. and then fold this around to the back. It is very sticky, and I have adhesive on my hands even from it. So just be careful about that. And then I'm going to use my bone folder and just make sure that this is adhered down really well. And then I'm going to take my scissors and trim off that extra edge. Just trim it flush with the book. There we go. And then I have the front of the book right there. And I have my little doodads. I thought this white butterfly stood out on here really nice. And just line them up however you like them, and then we will adhere them down. For this, I'm using these glue dots that I got from Amazon. They are balloon dots. So I'm going to carefully take a couple of them off and put 2 of them on the back of the leaf. They are very, very sticky, so you'll want to be careful. You can use really any kind of adhesive that you like. A thick white glue would be great. A dab of hot glue would also work. Regular glue dots would work. And some really strong double-sided adhesive tape would work, like the red line type. I would recommend a thick glue like a tacky glue. But I personally like these for this type of thing. And I'm going to cut 2 more of these off for the butterfly. These are super duper sticky, and I'm just going to put 1 under each side of the butterfly. And just stick the butterfly down in the center. So there we have that beautiful purple book. And I will do some bling down the side at the end. I'll get my bling box out and do it for both of them. So for this one here, I think I'm going to go ahead and cover the inside and show you how I would do that as well. So I'm going to start by covering the front and the back, just like I did the other book. And I have these 2 pieces. I like this one for the front because it has a more variation of color. More variation? It has more of a variation of color. There we go. Let me make sure I have these adhered down really well first. There we go. And I will peel this off and just stick this down. And then I'm going to do something a little different with the inside. I have a little bit on each side, and I'm going to just miter the corners. And then I'm going to fold in each edge. And then I'll do the same on the back. I'm going to get another piece of that matching paper. And I want to measure the inside cover. I want a piece that is, I want to measure it a little bit smaller than the inside cover. I'm going to do about 3 1/8 by 4 3/8. So I'm going to start by cutting this down to 4 3/8. So I only have to cut it once. And then I will cut out 2 pieces that are 3 1/8. And then I will do the same thing with this. I just want to see if both would fit that way. No, so I'm going to have to cut it this way at 4 3/8. And then cut 2 pieces at 3 1/8. And again, I will just put this on the back of each of those pieces. And if you have any adhesive hanging over, just trim that off, because you don't want the pages of your book to stick. And then I have to decide which one I want for the front. I think I'll go with this, because it's a little bit different than the other, and it has a little more pink showing. And I'm just going to peel off that backing. And just line it up here. There we go. And just burnish that down. So the inside front cover is covered very nicely as well. And the inside back cover will also be covered. Oh, let me put the spine on the book first. I'm not sure what color I want to use, so let me see what I have available. I have this goldish color. I also have this yellow. Let me see which is the front. This is the front of the book. These are very similar. There's this orange. And I also want to be careful, see which matches those better. I'm thinking the yellow or the gold. I think I'll go with this gold color. I think I measured it at 1 1/2. I might do 1 1/4 this time. Yeah, I think 1 1/4 is going to be a good size. And again, I'm going to just trim off the very edge just so I have a clean cut. This still had a piece of paper on it. Let me get all of that paper and tape off of there because it is sticking on the stuff. Okay. And then I'm going to take this and measure it at about 1 1/4. I'll take my Goo Gone and clean the blade of that off when I'm done. Give this a trim. and find the front. And the front would be this way, this one. And take the backing off. This time I'm going to lay this flat down like this. And then I'm going to put my book on it like this. So I'm kind of getting it even. Or as even as I can. I think that looks pretty good. And then I'm just going to fold it over. And then again, I will do the same thing and use my scissors and trim off the excess. And I'll go ahead and stick these on the same way I did it on the other one. And if you have a YouTube channel with 100 viewers or more, you also qualify for their YouTube program. So I will put the link to that below. Please check it out. I know quite a few people who have craft channels that are starting out, and you have 100 subscribers. This is a great way. It gives you ideas for videos, and it also, you know, it'll help your channel grow if anybody searches for Beebeecraft. If they purchase something and they want to see ideas how to use it, they might search and find your channel, so that's pretty awesome. Plus you get some free crafting supplies. So we have these 3 books, and I will get the bling out and add a little bling to the spines of these. I have this pack of assorted purple things, and I thought that it would go great. I got this in Happy Mail. I'm going to go ahead and go with this one. That is so pretty. And it has almost a holographic feel to it. I'm going to have to bring it down a little tiny bit. And so it brings out a little bit of that blue shimmer. There we go. So that one is done, and I will see what I have to put on this one. I think I will use this very yellowish gold, and I'm just going to put one strand of this kind of right along that edge. So it's halfway on the felt and halfway on the paper. Or maybe it's not felt, it's velvet. That way it covers up that edge. Well, there you have it. That is just one idea of a way that you can use these beautiful butterfly and leaf embellishments and this fabric, and then also the sticky sheets. They would be great for covering large full-size composition books as well, since the sheets of paper are quite large. I will put all of the links to the supplies and to Beebeecraft in the description box below. They are my affiliate links, and I do get a little bit of a commission if you purchase from them, but it does help to support my channel. If you haven't yet subscribed to my channel, I'd love it if you did. Just click on that subscribe button and then click on the bell so you're notified when I upload new videos. If you like what you see today, please hit that thumbs up button, that like button. It also helps YouTube find videos that you like and will suggest good ones for you in the future. Thank you so much for watching. I do appreciate you. And until the next video, you know what to do. Go get crafting. Bye-bye.